see it?
Just
basically on Facebook.
Okay, well, you guys tell me if there's anything.
Yeah, we'll read them off.
And we are live. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Rink Dick Bullshit Podcast of the Nice Game Podcast, Season 2, Episode 36, with your host, with the most, the podcast god, SuperFly Johnny Lee. And tonight we got a great show for you. As you can see, we got Big Beard Dudley to my left.
What's up, podcast world?
And finally, we got someone that we've been wanting to get in for a while now. We got the man, the myth, the legend himself, the face collector, Jared Savage. Take it away.
I just got chills, man. I don't know about you.
How they get chills? Ask him whatever.
Mr. Savage, how you feeling tonight?
Well, you know, after a long day, I'm tired. I'm not going to lie to you. But I am pretty excited. I've been looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. So, let's get right into it.
So
When did you
know I'm sharing this thing. So
Nice.
don't think I'm just being an asshole being on my phone.
So, when did you get started?
All right, so I was 13. No, damn, dude, it's crazy to think. I was 13, about to be 14. I ended up hitting up somebody on MySpace because I'm old. His name's JD Mason. I asked him if he knew anybody in the area who was training at the time, and that's up in Washington. Anyway, hit him up, just trying to find a trainer. He was like, yo, I'll train you. And rest is history. I mean, I started in, I hate saying, I literally started training in my backyard.
Nice.
We built a ring base, all that. And, yeah, that's where I learned everything pretty much.
Heck yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that because there are a lot of people that have come from the backyard scene.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. It wasn't really I never backyard. I mean, of course, you know, I had friends every once in a while would, you know, fuck around with and have a match or two. I mean, but I think that's just what all kids do, right?
Yep.
So I never really backyarded, but I literally got trained in a backyard. Like I said, I mean, we just didn't have a ring. My trainer was, you know, fully trained, and he was good. But he just showed me, you know, everything literally on a base made out of plywood, 2x4s, and we had carpet padding, but it was a bunch of tires under that. So, yeah, that was definitely not the most luxurious thing to start your training on, but whatever.
True.
It builds character, I guess, right? It does something.
Gotta start something.
Emily said, hola, T.O.
Hola, Emily.
And also, hi, Emily. But yeah, that is where you got your start. Plywood, people got to understand, when you're getting dropped onto it, it's going to hurt. Same thing with being inside a ring. Get dropped onto that, ooh, it's painful. It ain't no soft-ass mat. You're falling onto wood and metal.
Yeah, people got this misconception that the ring's like a trampoline or something. I can promise you it's far from it.
I mean, when they see it, they think because it makes a noise that somehow it's a bouncy trampoline. But I promise them if they were to get inside the ring and let you power slam them onto it, they'd find out real fast just how not soft that ring really is.
Oh, man, you're absolutely right.
And you've spent all this time, like Big Beard, he's known you for a while. Why don't you tell us where you know this man from?
Well, it's actually a weird association. Oh, real quick. Dustin Flower says, Jared Savage.
That's right.
It's really a weird affiliation. It's affiliated, I found out Jared Savage through music, actually.
Nice.
Underground horrorcore music scene in Denver, to be exact. I worked with a music group called Lyrical Snuff Productions, LSP. Loosely based in with, Psychopathic Records, ICP, Twisted, all that underground music. Another band coming out from the underground is a band called Ala Zululu, AXE. And so, becoming a fan of them. Jared's associated with them. That's how I discovered Jared, watching his videos, becoming a fan of his. So, yeah. When I found out he was here in Kentucky, man, got ecstatic.
Especially when he saw you at the show Sunday. He was literally coming over to me and saying that he saw you. And then there at the intermission, I see him up there talking to you. And my first thought was, that must be Jared who he's mentioning. And then when I come up there, we made this shit happen fast.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I went to that show. Honestly, I went there with the intent. I'm on a mission. I want to network. I want to get my foot in the door here in Kentucky, right?
Yep.
I did not expect really anybody there, to know who I was. I found out that Zodi was on the card, when I got there, and Zodi, he's the fucking man.
Oh yeah, he is.
Zodiac.
Little known fact. He was our first champion.
I fucking love Zodi. All right, one of the best.
Hell yeah, he is.
Bobby Blade says, "What's up, y'all?"
What's up, Bobby Blade?
Bobby Blade.
You the man.
I love that guy.
Midian says, "Tell him, Jared." Midian.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh boy, man.
So tell us how the face collector came to be.
Well, it's been a kind of a long road because there's been a lot of evolution with the gimmick. I mean, I started out as the masked juggalo, and that was just a quick, last minute thing. Just because I got randomly booked. I ended up running with that for about a year, and my trainer was like, "Hey, man, you need a name." Well, I do Macho Man impressions, and he's like, "Why don't you just be Jared Savage?" So okay, became the masked juggalo Jared Savage for a while, and eventually I got connected with Zool.
Yeah.
I found them, and I had been wanting to change it a little bit. I didn't want to just be a juggalo gimmick.
Yeah.
I wanted to be something still represented what I love, which is the underground. That's a huge part of me. The music scene is a huge part of my life. Without that, I wouldn't be who I am. But I wanted to combine the two, and I met AXE around that same time. I asked him if I could wear the forever face out to the ring. So I became the Northwest Zooligan. And eventually, I took some time away. And in that time, I felt like I needed to do something different. I knew I wanted to wear the mask, but I didn't want to do the whole entrance shit anymore. I wanted it to be my full-time mask. This is what I'm working in. This is the presentation. And the face collector name, it kind of just got dubbed to me from a buddy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it worked out. I enjoy this. This has been the best part of my career has been doing the face collector stuff, because it's combining the two things I love, and also, it's horror based too, which that's
Hell yeah.
I love horror movies.
Oh yeah.
And also I've always loved horror gimmicks. I loved all the Japanese monster gimmicks, man.
Oh yeah,
dude, Leatherface was I loved Corporal Kirchner doing the Leatherface gimmick. I loved Jason the Terrible. Fuck, man, wasn't it? It was Doug Gilbert, I'm pretty sure, who was under the hood for doing the Freddy gimmick.
Yep.
All that to me, man, was awesome. So, in my eyes, I'm getting to do something like that, but I'm also getting to mix some of my best friends' music shit with it as well.
Oh yeah.
And I get to be this just perfect representation of who I am, just, a little bit more amplified.
Exactly. Dustin Flyer said, "I revived the face collector from the dead."
He kind of did, man.
We gotta scroll up. We got a couple.
Yeah, because we got a bunch.
We got a bunch of comments coming.
Yeah, they're all shooting in. Like Clem James said, "The face collector in studio, and Zodi is an incredible talent across the board. Loved this match against Marcus Johnson at KWF this past weekend."
That was awesome, actually. I had never seen Marcus Johnson before that. I'm going to be honest.
Oh man, so entertaining.
But dude, yeah. As soon as he came out, man, he was over it, dude.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was dancing, having a good time, and him and Zodi together, magic. Cause
yes, it was.
Zodi can be a serious monster if he wants to be, but he can also be really funny, And dude, he was having fun, man.
Yeah, he was.
Man, another reason why I wanted to get you out here so soon or so early was I wanted to see Jared Savage take on the Mystic Zodiac when he still had the mask on.
It was this close to happening, man. It was
I would
so
have loved
close
to have
to
seen
happening.
that.
Oh, but
Sadly, I'll say it like it is, man. The promotion,
Yeah.
they were doing a festival show. Festival, was like, hey, we're not paying for everything. So some matches got cut.
Yeah.
Shit happens. But, I've at least I've done seminars with Zoe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got to pick his brain. I love that guy, man. I need that match with him, though.
sounds like a match in your future to take on the Mad Taylor, because now that he's removed the mask, he's become somewhat crazier and unhinged.
And I'm okay with even if he isn't doing the Mystic gimmick, I'm okay with that. Because I'm still going to be in there with a fucking legend.
And collect his face.
You're absolutely right. See, I would have took his mask before. It would have happened. I would have had to walk out with something.
That's true.
Now I got to walk out with her face. I'm sorry, Zodi, but shit happens, man.
That's right. And that's one of the matches that is a dream come true for a lot of fans that would want to see it. Francesco Holt said, Jared Savage for life.
Oh man, old Frankie Sky, one of the guys in my upbringing, man. That dude and I fucking held the tag belts. One of my first tag title runs ever. Oh man.
That's right.
Yeah, Andrew, we'll see you Saturday for Crown Jewel, buddy.
That's right. Reese Bowling said, hey, Jared Savage is wicked.
Yeah.
Man.
Calamity Jane said, so close.
So close.
It would have been a badass match, because I tell you what, this version of Zodiac I've not seen him as unhinged as I have when he had the mask. When he had the mask, it felt like he didn't have to be unhinged. But now, having to lose that mask that he's worn for so long, where he had to become something mystical, it's almost like his brain has switched. He's crazier. He's found a needle. He's trying to measure people, but he's not measuring their clothes. He's measuring their skin. I could tell what he's doing just by what he was doing to Marcus Johnson at the beginning of that match. He's letting Marcus Johnson know, brother, don't take your eyes off me, because I think I'm going to take something from you. That's a match that needs to happen between you and Zodiac, because I'm telling you, that's going to be money.
I'm putting it out there now. I am here in Kentucky. I will be getting my wrestling license very soon. Just know, it can happen any place, anywhere. If you're a promoter, you're listening to this, make it happen. Because I can promise you, that is going to be a spectacle to see.
And plus, there's other matches that are inside your feature, because there's guys like Picture Perfect Jordan Cage from EWA, guys like Adam Swayze from Hollywood Blondes, Big Rex himself, who's also the man's tag team partner. There's so many matches here in Kentucky that has your name written all over them, like Brax Boulder from Clapland Inc., Kyle Maggard, Marty Clay, Wes Barker.
I wouldn't mind if he took the Nice Guys Podcast Championship away from Sean Christopher.
That's true. That could happen as well, because that's something to collect right there, because Sean Christopher is Calamity Jane's boy right now. She gave him the title. He did not win it fair. So if you were to take him on, I wouldn't mind you taking the title from him.
I will say I was there. I saw it.
Yep.
That's right.
I had my eyes on the title. Why wouldn't I?
Exactly.
It's a very prestigious title.
See, if I get that title, that's just another chance of me making a name for myself here.
Yes, sir.
That is engraving my name into everybody's mind in this area. And I want you to think about who the hell I am. See, right now, I'm nice and I'm cool and whatever, right? When I'm in that ring, I'm a fucking monster. I am there to hunt, to hurt, to maim, and to kill. It doesn't matter who the hell you put in front of me. You can look at my history. You can see the people that I've put down. I put down people of the biggest and tallest of heights. Some people even smaller than me.
Him and Misery.
That'd be a hell of a match. Because Misery's a big old 7-foot guy. That'd be a hell of a match
I
for
know
you.
exactly who you're talking about.
Oh,
No
yeah.
misery.
Yeah.
See, we only had one brief interaction in bullpen wrestling. We were in the Rumble together.
Okay.
Our
Yep.
first show. We only had a very brief interaction, but let me just say, I knew from that moment, I was like, that guy, it's got to happen. And it will. Just like many other matches are going to happen.
That's right.
So Dustin Flowers wants to know, who are the top 5 in the area you wish you could work with?
Top 5. All right. Well, I'm going to put it down to 3. Because fuck you, Madrox. I'm not getting to give you what you want. Shout out, by the way, to Mad Bash Studios.
Nice.
Mad Bash Wrestling, always represent. We out here.
Yeah, that's another group we got to get associated with.
Yeah,
Johnny.
I was putting.
Yep.
I was putting the brothers over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The car
Hey,
ride over.
hey, they actually popped up in here. Bootleg Dipshit said, much love to the Face Collector, Jarrett Savage, and Mad Bash Studios.
So as far as my top 3, though, like I said, because fuck you, that's what you're gonna get. I'm gonna say for sure Zodi. That's definitely at the top of the list. Honestly, even though I love the guy,
Yeah.
I want Evil Nate.
Nice. That'd be a hell of a match.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
I kind of want to see you guys as a tag. That'd be
Honestly, that's
interesting.
something I want to do too. But I still think a match needs to happen, though.
Yes.
But give me a tag run with him, please. Let's make that happen for real. We have to.
Especially because KWF's got this tag team tournament coming up.
You know, I think the third guy, though, I just found out about him recently, this last weekend. OG Ugly.
Nice.
Yeah.
That kid has a bright future.
Yes, sir.
That's a match that can happen
Shout out
too.
OG Ugly.
Shout out to him because we had him in a couple weeks ago as well.
He's a good dude, man.
Hell yeah.
I took the time to talk to him, and I got to say, he really does have a bright future. I really enjoyed his match. I mean, I'll put him over, when I talk to him, too. So,
Heck
he
yeah.
already knows, but he's got a really bright future. And to think, he's only been in, he ain't even been a whole year yet.
Not a year.
That's
Exactly.
insane.
Yeah.
He was out there working the crowd, doing all the shit that he needed to do as if he's been in for a couple
Well,
years.
he comes from a music background as well, so he's
Yeah,
already got the
totally.
entertainment part
Yep.
down.
Yeah.
He's already know the crowd work. He's got that. And, yeah, not even a year in the business. His ring skills on point.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Emily Rose chimed in. But that's the thing, too, because you got all these matches to look forward to. You're coming into Kentucky to make a name for yourself, to show them who Jarrett Savage is, who the Face Collector is. Tell us, what are your goals besides championships?
Honestly, the biggest goal, I want my name out there, I want to be getting bookings at prestigious places that have guys that I'm going to be in the ring with that are going to help me boost my skills, I want to be the best monster in the area. That has been my goal since I moved to the Midwest, period. It's not just Kentucky. I want to be the best monster. Not the top monster, the best. And the only way I'm going to do that is by soaking up all the knowledge I can, being in there with some of the best talent. That's the way guys get to that next level. You don't get to that next level when you're working, same people all the time. Or, I hate saying that's been most of my career before I moved to Indiana even. I was in Washington for 10 years. I worked the same place every month. Same people. I love all those guys, but you got to have growth. Here, I've worked a lot of awesome people.
Nice.
I've been very thankful. And, I will say, too, no shame to any of the people that I worked, in the past, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known the stuff that I knew when I got here. But, like I said, the biggest goal has to be to improve. And I feel like if I just keep having that goal set in mind that I want to be the best, then I'll keep improving and I'll get there.
That's right.
I've got some of the best people I could think of in my corner, helping me right now, giving me advice. I mean, shout out to Shank Barzini. I know that, he's a legend in the Indiana area. He's helped me a lot. I've got guys like Jason V. He gives me a lot of advice. Another awesome guy. He worked the Illinois, Indiana area as well. I'm really thankful for the opportunities I even have with any of them people. And I know coming down here, that's just another chance for me to meet more people.
That's right.
Like-minded with some of the other people that I've already met who are going to just keep trying to help me improve.
Oh, yeah.
And Bobby Blake's got a good idea for you. Jared, Nate, Zodiac, and Misery as a group.
Oh, man. Dude, that's money. Like,
Yes, it is.
You couldn't fuck with that, man.
Right.
That's money.
Exactly. And come from Bobby Blade, that's huge because Bobby Blade is a legendary figure in Kentucky wrestling.
I will say, all right, I met Bobby Blade in one of the wildest ways, man, just like everybody I've met here before I came to the shows. On a shoot, I was working down at a video game store.
Nice.
That was ran by Larry D's wife's cousin.
Nice.
So, small world, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And Bobby came in one day, and I knew he was, thankfully. But yeah, I chopped it up with him. He was really nice. And I told him, obviously, people, that I'm good with. He got confirmation that I'm cool. I've actually watched a lot of his stuff on YouTube. Because I've watched a lot of Kentucky wrestling.
Nice.
Like, a lot of old shit. I ain't going to lie. When it comes to the current stuff, I'm still learning, right? But I've sat on YouTube a bunch. I've been on, I think his name's Trippin' Balls.
Yes, that's the son of Crusher Bones.
I talked to him at the show, man. I definitely went over and said something, man, because to be honest with you, I just randomly came across Crusher Bones on YouTube, and I instantly became a mark for him. I like his work.
That's
I
right.
wish I would have been able to be here when he was alive, obviously, because I could have, maybe learned something from him.
Yep.
Maybe I would have had the chance to work him if I would have been here. But I definitely went over to some, made sure I, let him know how much I enjoyed his dad's work. And I enjoy the page, too, because he's got a lot of classic stuff on there.
Oh, yeah.
Same as Bobby got a page,
Yep.
It's got a lot of classic stuff.
Heather Greenwell says, "The Face Collector!"
Hey,
That's
Lady
right.
Zool.
Wes Pinkney says, "What up, my boy? Sorry I'm late."
Hey!
Also,
And Darren Quinn says, "Long live the Face Collector."
and Dustin said, Wes Pinkley, he's putting you over.
Dude, I'll put Shank over every day of the week. I love Shank. Shank Barzini is one of the best. If you have not heard of Shank Barzini, do yourself a favor, for real. Watch
That's
his
right.
work, because the dude's great.
Exactly, and we found your YouTube as well, which has some of your matches as well for us to check out as well. This is from 2 years ago.
Man, if we're gonna go through and go through matches, we might want to cherry pick. I ain't gonna lie.
That's true.
Guys, there's been some shit.
Oh no, man.
Hey, that's all right because
Hey, listen, this one right here, I would not do this one.
Oh no, we take the good with the bad, brother.
that's true because
Oh,
listen,
Jesus. All right. Well,
this is like a tape study because think about it. This gives you a chance to see what you could have improved on and what you could not have done wrong. But at the same time, I get what you're saying because a lot of wrestlers have had bad matches.
I mean, hey,
Trust
man,
me.
it happens, dude. You get put in situations sometimes
Yep.
you learn best. Some people you work with, you just don't, flow with.
Exactly.
Shit happens,
And plus, this is only 2 years ago. You've improved since then.
Oh,
You've been getting leaps and bounds better than this match. This match may not be good.
Well, I'll rephrase it. I don't think this is exactly the worst match.
Yeah.
The biggest thing really comes down to just chemistry wasn't there.
Yeah.
Exactly. The ring chemistry was not there.
See, that's my buddy, my buddy Chris Chaos. He
Nice.
honestly, he was someone I first met when I got here, and great dude. You know, but we just flow wise. I mean, I can't lie. It just didn't seem like it meshed well, you know. But then again, when you have monsters, to be honest, I'm realizing I should probably be with either a monster or someone violent.
Yes.
Somebody who's a badass motherfucker.
Yes.
Someone who matches, you know, the chaos and the energy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or you go the complete 180.
Well,
Someone who's a daisy.
You know what, though? That does work, too. It works in the situation, especially if someone's, you know, when they're doing the face tag, things like that. That works. I can think of one right now. Congo Kong.
Oh,
There's a kid
that's a nice one.
Sadly, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head right now, but he's a really nice kid. They tag together. They did the boy and his monster gimmick.
Nice.
And honestly, it works.
Exactly. Because sometimes things come together and you find that chemistry and you can't replace it. Especially when you got someone that you know you can mesh well with. Wes Pinkley said, "Your worst match is your best match. Now, what have you learned? What would you have done better?"
Well, probably not have been in a tag team at that point. That's the one thing. Now, that was just at that time. Now I'm ready to go because got some stuff brewing. I'm not gonna say too much, but got some really fucking cool stuff brewing right now.
That's what I'm talking about, because this is more like a look of your work previously. Now you've improved leaps and bounds. You've taken what you learned from these mistakes and you've turned them around, found what worked, found what didn't work.
Absolutely.
And you've only gotten better. And when we do finally get to see you working guys like Misery, guys like Zodiac, guys like Marcus Johnson, Evil Nate Hewitt, a.k.a. Chainsaw Nate, that's going to be a damn good match. Because I'm telling you, these matches are going to be something that you're going to be looking forward to. Because just wait till you actually are standing across from the man with the chainsaw. Because you like to collect faces and he likes to collect heads of the urban legends he hunts.
I'm not gonna lie though, man. When you said Marcus Johnson, I'm not gonna lie. I should have already thought of that one, but you know what? That's one I hadn't thought about. And man, that would be a really fun match, and it'd be great.
Yes, it would.
Wise, I think it'd be awesome because he's fun, dude. He is everything that is the opposite of what I am.
And you know what? Don't underestimate him. He holds a victory over Misery for the Kentucky Heavyweight Championship.
All right, so
I mean, Marcus
so
Johnson.
He can hold his own.
He can.
I'll say
He can. When you look at him, he's easily to dismiss. But man, you get him in that ring, and he's just as big as you are. I guarantee it.
That's right.
I mean, I have to put him over, man, because at the end of the day, he impressed me that night. I really enjoyed his match with Zodi. From the time he came out, the energy, everything. And see that, guys like that, those are people I want to work with.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's money right there. But
Yep.
also, at the end of the day, you know, our job is to, you know, take fans out, you know, out of their normal, you know, lives for a minute.
That's
Let
right.
them forget, you know, all their problems at home, all that, you know. We make them, you know, we give them a chance to escape, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, for that main event, those people, it doesn't matter what was going on in their daily life. If they had anything going on, they weren't thinking about that there. They were having fun. People were up dancing. And it was awesome. So, Marcus Johnson, we got to make that happen, man. Me and him, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
That'd definitely be an entertaining match because he brings the energy out every time. And I can already tell that you're going to bring the violence his way. So he better be ready for that.
I mean, I might like the guy, but when I'm in that ring, I don't like anybody.
Exactly, because you may be nice right now, might be calm, might be gentlemanly, but when you're inside that ring, all that matters is that you're tearing your opponent apart because your opponent is the enemy.
I mean,
Midian said, my dream match is Jared Savage versus the alpha male Monty Brown in a Monsters Ball match.
Man, that's fucking. That would have been awesome, man.
Hell yeah, would have.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I loved TNA back in the day. I was super into TNA. I mean, I think just like everybody else, I fell out, probably a little bit. Probably around when they got the deal with that Pop channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just harder to watch. It was hard to get access to.
Plus, you had Hulk Hogan and freaking.
The Hogan stuff, it was all right at first. It wasn't the worst. Hell, man, I was an idiot back then. I was sitting there like, oh, man, they might actually do something here. They might actually stand a chance.
We all kind of thought it, but also we thought, they're messing up already because they decided, oh, we're going to kick their ass now. We're moved to Monday night again.
Yeah, and that was a bad call because I've always hated trying, just as a fan, I've always hated trying to sit there and go back and forth. I mean, it was one thing, as a kid in the Monday Night Wars.
Yep.
That was one thing. That's nostalgic thinking back to that, right?
Well, see, thankfully back then, WCW played a replay at 11 o'clock, so you just watched Raw and then stayed up really late to watch Nitro.
Or you could have one taped on the VCR.
Yeah.
And then once you got that done, you could watch that. Or just have two TVs side by side. Flip one to WCW, flip one to WWF. Or like my father would, when they hit the commercial on one show, flip to the other show. So you never miss the action at all. It was wild times. But then you got TNA, it goes on the Monday Night Raw time slot, and you end up realizing, I can't do this shit. I can't flip between one show and the other show because I'm missing shit. Because it was not like the past shows. I don't know why they were even thinking that they could even compete on that level.
No, man, there's no way. I mean, okay, yeah, they had Hogan, but I mean...
Talent's one thing, but you got to have the writers and the producers and the agents and everything else behind it.
I mean,
Yeah.
WWE that night pulled the ultimate fuck you to TNA because they were like, oh, okay, you want to bring in Hogan? Well, we got Brett coming back.
Yes.
Like,
I will never forget January 4th, 2010. Bret the Hitman Hart comes back. And what do we get? We get HBK and him hugging it out inside the middle of the ring. Although we end up getting Best Man doing nefarious things, we still got something that we never thought we'd see in a million years. Granted that this has been years in the making because we remember seeing Bret Hart go out of WWF during the Montreal Screwjob. So you never thought that it was going to happen.
yeah.
And there was rumors leading up to that it was going to happen. You're like, there's no fucking way. And
then it
Who comes
finally
out?
did. It was like, holy shit, he's really there.
yeah, it blew your fucking mind. And now when you look back at it, you realize they probably thought they had WCW style. They did not. In fact, what they did have was that they just had Eric Bischoff, who they thought, because he was one of the main reasons why they kicked WWF's ass for 2 years, that it could happen for them. But they also had Vince Russo as a secret rider as well. And you can kind of imagine.
to think that maybe people just need to stop comparing companies to WCW because of the fact, if you notice, right?
Yep.
They did that with AEW. Well, where's AEW at right now?
Exactly.
I mean, it's not very good right now.
No.
Exactly.
I'm at the point right now, I hate to say, obviously, you got to be a fan to be in this business. If you're not, then what the fuck are you doing here?
Exactly.
Why did you get into it, right? I love wrestling. This has been my life, literally, my whole life. I
Yeah.
can't think of a time where wrestling wasn't around, okay? But half the time, I don't watch a lot of stuff on the TV.
Yep.
I watch some of it, but I watch more of the indie stuff that's going on. I keep up with that more than anything, or I'm watching old shit. That's why when I was saying, I seen all this old Kentucky stuff, it's because I just sit there on YouTube and find shit.
Yeah.
And you can learn a whole lot more from the Kentucky independent scene than you can from WWF and WCW and
Absolutely.
AEW and them.
Yeah, because, a lot of legends were here. But, that's the great thing about being in the Midwest, period. some of the best wrestlers have come out of this whole area. Whether it's Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, all of these areas here, period, have produced amazing talent. Like, I can't lie. It's still crazy for me sometimes, like knowing that people that I know, have rubbed, shoulders with a lot of the guys that, I grew up watching.
Nice.
I hate saying in Washington it wasn't like that. A lot of the guys there, that's where they've worked their whole life, and that's where they're going to work, Some guys, though, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of guys up there who deserve to be out here in places where they should be, getting seen.
Exactly.
But Washington's just the kind of place it is. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, man, being out here, it's like everybody I know has a story from somebody from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And to me, I feel like being around people like that, that is the opportunities that I've been needing. I've been needing to be around people who know what the fuck they're doing, who actually can help me, like I said, get to my goal of being the best.
And improve.
You don't get to be the best on your own.
That's
you
right.
put in all the work, but somebody's got to teach you. Somebody's got to help you.
Yeah. Jan McAllister says, Jared!
And Joseph Abalpindo says, "What's up, Jared? Miss you, brother."
Hey, what's up, Joe? It's good fucking hearing your name, man.
That's
that
right.
Dude was around a lot of shows in my fucking early years, man.
Nice.
And he said that he misses you.
I miss you too, dude.
Wes Pinkley said, "It was so much easier with tape trading. Now you're everywhere or nowhere. It's just getting in the algorithm." That's right.
No, man, that's the truth. I mean, that's why sometimes I don't share as much as I should, because you know what, that algorithm shit, it's hard to figure out.
Yeah.
Unless you're paying for a promotion, you can post every day. People might not see it.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
honestly I was probably posting for about 3-4 years straight, just constantly posting little clips. That TikTok was a huge help with that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Got a little traction there. Facebook, no. I think like Shank said, back in the day, it was definitely way easier to get people to know who you were. Especially tape traders, because, man, those were the super fans.
Yep.
If you were a tape trader, you were a fucking super fan.
A godsend right there.
100.
And Angelica Corley said, "You better bring him back safe, bro." And then TJ Moon said, "Mr. Savage, the face collector, good to see you, man. Been a long time."
Oh, man, TJ, man. That's my dude, man. A lot of people are popping in here that I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised. It's like a whole fucking...
That's
bunch of
right.
people from my past.
Nice.
They all wanted to see the face collector again. And here they are.
And I'm not going to lie, this match is special to me. It doesn't have the best camera angle, but it's very special.
And that's all right, because as long as there's footage out there, it's still a special time.
Look, I hate asking this. Now, you guys are going to be like, why is he asking this? Because I only see what's here in the studio. I don't see what you guys see.
Right.
Yep.
Just making sure so they see the match.
No,
They can't
just
see. They
us.
can't see what we're doing, but
But we're watching this shit.
Yeah.
we're going to tell y'all what we're watching. We are watching Fan Cam, Jarrett Savage, Chris Gordon, Hank Calhoun versus Hillbilly,
It's Hillbilly Judd.
yep, Lennox King, and Troy Miller.
Man, getting to work with Hillbilly Judd was awesome. That was somebody that was on my bucket list of people that I wanted to work with. I need to punt this dude over because he was a huge help in both Indiana and Kentucky, like at least getting an idea of who was here that I needed to talk to.
Nice.
There's a guy named Sign Guy who used to, he still refs for Northwest Pro, but he refed a lot of the promotions in, like I said, in Indiana. He's done a couple Kentucky ones as well. Paul Cade up in
Ooh, I know Paul Cade. I've been there.
So yeah, he usually gets booked for that. Like I said, I mean, he's a good dude, but he gave me a bunch of names, man. He was like, these are the guys that you need to hit up when you get there, or you need to try to get on a show with. And I mean, he took the time to write out a whole ass list, man. It was like 2 pages full of names.
That's what you needed.
Guys like Zodi are on that list,
Oh, yeah.
But also guys like Hillbilly Jed were on that list.
Nice.
And yeah, getting to work with Jed, that was a bucket list thing for me.
Exactly.
I need to run that back because he whooped my ass in this match.
Oh, man.
It's time I whoop his ass.
Yeah, it's definitely time that you collect his face.
Absolutely.
TJ Moon said, glad to have seen this guy live. Jim McCollister said, it was nice hanging out at camp with you. Great memories.
Hell yeah, man. I'm fucking happy to bring some good memories.
That's what it's all about. Especially in professional wrestling. The only sport where you don't get judged for loving it. There's so many people in other sports that get judged for just for anything. But in professional wrestling, you don't get judged for what you do. You don't get judged for what you look like. Because we're all a bunch of misfits.
I mean, yeah, man. Honestly, like the music world that me and him were talking about, we both come from, it's kind of similar, in that sense, man. Everybody's accepted, everybody's cool, everybody's, I mean, our motto is we are one, and it's the truth, right? It's the same with wrestling. We're all, most of the people who watch wrestling or were involved in wrestling, more than likely you're some kind of misfit of some sorts, right?
Yep.
But it's not even just the misfits.
That's right.
Like, we got people from all walks of life. I mean, you got people who, look at Britt Baker, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
DMD. She's a fucking dentist.
A legit dentist.
Yeah.
She could be making money, dude, open up her own practice. She wouldn't have to be out here taking bumps. But she's still doing it because she loves wrestling. It brings everybody together.
That's right.
It does.
And the people who don't understand wrestling, well, that sucks for you.
Damn, Skippy. What's up, Marcus Fine? He said, what's up, everyone?
Hey, Marcus Fine, man. What a guy, dude.
Definitely.
Another name that I was suggested to get a hold of. And honestly, Marcus has been nothing but awesome to me. He is just one of the sweetest dudes out here, man. And honestly, I really appreciate that he comes out, takes all these pictures for people. He gives back to wrestling. I mean, he's got his podcast, Gonzo Sports Show. I mean, he's a great guy, man, and he deserves all the love, man.
That's true. Wes Pinkley said, or really know what they know how to do. I've seen Jarrett Plake chain before. And for those at home that don't know what he means chain wrestling.
He did see me chain once. I ain't gonna lie, it happened.
Hell yeah. Hey, sometimes you gotta break out of your comfort zone. You're used to doing violence, but sometimes you gotta do chain wrestling to prove that you know how to do it.
I will say, even if that isn't something I'm doing all the time out there, it's something that I'm not gonna deny. Do I think I'm one of the better, chain guys out there? No.
Nice.
But you got, you still should know how to do it.
Especially.
Even if you just know the basics of it, you should know how.
Exactly.
You don't have to utilize everything, It's just good to have the knowledge.
Exactly, because there will be times where that knowledge will be tested inside the ring. Because your opponent may be someone that specializes in chain wrestling, or may specialize in submission game, so you'll have to do submission game with them.
I mean, here, a great example, right? If Kurt Angle was taking indie bookings, let's say, right? Kurt Angle was taking indie bookings, and he was like, hey, you're going to go out there and we're going to start off by chaining. You're not going to tell Kurt Angle, no, I'm not chaining with you.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Sorry, bro, I don't chain.
Yeah, that's not my gimmick. Like, no, you're going to fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly, because that's just something that you got to do. If your opponent is someone that specializes in that, you got to learn how to use that knowledge that you've garnered from training to work into that match, because you're going to have to show him that you have the same skill set that he has.
You absolutely have to. You got to hold your own, man.
That's right.
If you can't, then you're going to get ate up.
And if you can't, and there's someone that's understandable, they'll ask you, can you do this? And if you can't, then they'll work something out with you that you can do.
Yeah,
but
that's if you're in there with the right people.
Exactly. Like but there are some that will take advantage when you say that you don't know how to do it.
Absolutely, man. Sadly, this business, just like anything else, it's got its good and its bad.
Yep.
You know, I mean, heels and faces. That's not just a thing. You know, character gimmick or whatever. I mean, there's some real life heels who are in this business.
And sometimes you're going to have to prove those real life heels that they can't push you around because they will try to take advantage of you. Especially if they know that you just told them that you can't chain wrestle.
Yeah.
So then they're going to try and do that to you, regardless of if you told them that you can't do it. So you're going to have to
It
learn.
doesn't help that like shit's all weird. You know, it's finicky. Some people like they find that out about you, then they just think, oh well, that guy can't fucking work at all.
Yeah.
And to be honest, some people might not know some shit as well as others, but
Yeah.
you know they can do other things, man. That still have its place. You know,
Exactly.
wrestling is like ice cream.
That's right. I've heard this analogy
Yeah,
before.
I'll say I'll put a dude over because I ain't gonna act like it was my saying. A guy named Gary Galaxy, he worked for JCW for a little bit. He also helps train out at Future Stars of Wrestling out in Vegas. He's a good guy. He he said it though, man. He said it best. Wrestling is like ice cream. There's a flavor for everybody.
That's right.
If you don't like vanilla, well, that's fine because you'll probably like the Rocky Road. If you don't like the Rocky Road, well, you'll like the fucking Neapolitan.
Yeah.
There is something for everybody. I mean, and you see that especially more and more, man, within like the last 5-10 years of wrestling. There's been so much progression. I mean,
So many different flavors, so many different styles are out there. There's room for everyone inside the business to learn. There's cameramen, referees, different types of wrestling, different types of tag teams. Anything is possible in the wrestling business now.
hell, I mean, I'll say too. You know, at the end of the day, like I realize I'm 31. You know, who knows how long I've got, right?
Yep.
But I know that when I decide, hey, I'm not gonna, put on the boots anymore and go out there, there's other avenues.
Yep.
Hell, man, being at the show the other day, I was taking fucking videos. I was taking clips of
Exactly.
the matches. I was sitting there like, man, being a cameraman, this actually wouldn't even be that bad.
Well, there you go.
That's
At
right.
the end of the day, dude, there's ways you can give to the business without having to get in the ring.
Yeah.
And I say that all the time to people I know who used to work who want to come back, but they can't work right now or something.
Yeah.
I say it to people who, that I know who just aren't physically able to wrestle, but they want to do something. There's so many avenues.
Yes, there is. And Joseph Valampando said, remember all those times hanging in the back, chilling at the venues, watching the line of people in Spokane, Washington.
Yeah. I fucking wrestled in Spokane a lot, and that dude was there for a lot of it.
Nice.
He helped with setting up, tearing down. He helped with a lot more than just that, man. He was a great dude.
Wes Pinkley said, it's Hollywood, baby.
Once again, I'm just going to keep putting over Shank Barzini. One of the best. He is
That's
the
right.
best.
And that's something that a lot of people don't understand about wrestling is that you may not understand it, but it is different flavors of ice cream. Everything for everyone. Manager, refereeing, camera work, business side of things. Anything that you can think of in the wrestling business is possible as long as you put your mind to it.
Absolutely.
Especially with the training. If you're going to be a wrestler, you got to put in that work. You can't just go and expect to already be a wrestler. You got to put in the work to become a wrestler. You can't call yourself a professional wrestler until you put in that professional side of things and you get to working. A lot of people got to understand that.
See, one of the great things about just, once again, being in the whole tri-state area, so many places that you can learn. I mean, so many different guys who will help you individually. Also, you have a lot of reputable schools. Also, a lot of these promotions, too, are half a school, so even the promotions are willing to help you out.
That's right.
I'll say now, I haven't been to Grindhouse yet, but
Oh, you will love it.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about Grindhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And, I've been on some shows with some of the kids from there.
That's where OG Ugly mainly works too.
See, that's what I
Grindhouse.
was thinking. See, and that honestly, that's a place I want to get into. I understand there's a school. But, to be 100, there's always room to learn.
That's right.
And also, that's something people, man. I don't care how long you've been in the business. Don't forget you're always learning.
That's right, Joseph. Pay your dues.
Yeah, Joseph says, pay your dues.
I'll say right now, right? Shank gives, assignments to a couple of us. I've been doing this for 12 years.
Nice.
And I am more than happy to do the assignments, man, because you know what? It's pushing me, for one, because some of these are, breaking down things or, that pushes me to know, oh, damn, maybe I really do know this shit more than I think I do, It pushes the limits of what, maybe my knowledge is, but it's also helping me learn more. And that's all I want to do.
And that's what these schools are, like Grindhouse and Larry D's Legendary Academy, and even K2F, when it opens up its school, is going to have good trainers. Like J.R. Rock, he's going to be training people. And you got to meet him.
I already said, when he told me that I was playing, I already told him I'll be there. Because,
Hell yeah.
You have to get your reps in, man. You got to keep practicing. You got to keep doing this shit.
And you're never too old to learn.
I'll say too, man, all right, there is a company out in Illinois. I was telling him about it on the way over here.
Yeah.
Called iWow. iWow, maybe you guys haven't heard of it, maybe you have, but it's a company, it's a melting pot, honestly, because a lot of people from kind of a bunch of different promotions, go there. But it's just you show up, you get booked, right?
Yeah.
That place is the perfect opportunity for guys to get their reps in and to actually, take time to try new shit. You're just keeping busy, man.
That's
I'll
right.
say now, man, this last year, bookings have slowed down. It's not because, I don't want them or nothing. It's just life shit, life happens.
Yep.
We all have real lives, sadly. But, I haven't been able to wrestle as much this last year. I can definitely feel the difference, when I'm only getting work maybe once a month or something.
Yeah.
Because that space in between, your body is not used to it. Then you go out there and you're trying to be Superman. Can't lie, it fucks with you, right?
It does.
That's why places like Iowa need to exist. There needs to be more stuff like that where people can just know that they're going to go there. They're going to get to work in front of a crowd, which is the best way to learn. Because, man, how do you learn what works and what doesn't if you don't have a crowd there listening?
Exactly.
If they're not watching you and you can't listen to what their reactions, you're not going to know shit.
And you also got to remember that it's the crowd that you're trying to get reaction from. There are some that try to do only popping for the boys.
Don't
instead
get me
of that.
wrong, man. Everybody loves popping the boys.
Yep.
Who doesn't like popping the brothers? I mean, we all do it.
That's right.
To some degree. But that should not be your focus. Your focus
Exactly.
should be popping the crowd because those are the people who are going to be putting the money in your pocket.
That's right. Plus, you'll pop the boys regardless if they see something that they liked.
Yeah, I mean, if you do something
guys.
cool, man, they're going to definitely pop for it.
Exactly. That's why you got to have the fans reacting. Because I've seen so many wrestlers that go out there, and instead of trying to make the fans get up off their seats, they're only doing moves that they know that the boys are going to like. And when the fans don't react, they still do that same move.
No, man, I've seen that a lot too, man. It's wild to me. But, I'm really thankful because some of the good brothers that I've been around, in the last few years of being in the Midwest, it's like the perfect mix. Like, sometimes, of course they'll do a little shit to pop the boys. But it's never anything that's too over the top, And they go out there and have fucking bangers every time they go out.
That's right. That's the way it's supposed to be.
I mean, it's okay. Like I said, it's okay to bop with a little bit. But
Yep.
Like you said though, that's not how it should be.
Yeah, because it can't be a main focus because you want the crowd to react. The crowd will let you know if your match was shitty or if your match was the bag.
They'll let you know because they'll sit on their damn hands.
Yes. And if they are doing that, then you got to change things up because you got to switch up. If the fans ain't liking what you're doing, go with the flow and change around. I've seen baby faces not realize that if the crowd's booing them, maybe they should turn around and start doing some heelish work because now they're going to get a reaction.
Yeah.
But the more that they do baby facing, they're not going to get a reaction because the crowd don't like them. That's when you got to adapt on the fly because that's one thing in wrestling, adaptability. If something ain't working, adapt to it. Find what will get the crowd to go, oh shit, I like that. And they get off their feet. But I have seen that there has been some wrestlers that don't understand adaptability.
Yeah.
But there are a ton of them, like you and like the guys that you work with that know exactly how to adapt on the fly when they see something ain't working. Even here in this match, y'all were working, y'all were adapting. Y'all found what this crowd was going to love and eat up.
Man, that was a really fun show, man. That one, I'm not going to lie, dude. Once again, that was an awesome opportunity.
And it was a fun match. I've been paying attention to it while we were talking.
I can't lie. I'm not always the best at multitasking, so I've been half-ass watching it. You know?
That's all right.
But I mean, hey, man, I'm enjoying being on the show so far, man.
Oh yeah,
That's what it's all about because we like to give people who may not have seen you before a chance to get to know who the face collector is and see what they should be checking out because pretty soon we're going to start seeing you taking over the Kentucky scene, taking over the Midwest scene, taking over this entire tri-state area. People got to know who Jared Savage is, the face collector, and they're getting a first-hand opportunity right now.
who's Jake?
Wait, what?
Does Jake still need a ride on the 18th? That's Chris Young.
He called me Jake.
No, no, I think he's talking about somebody else.
I have no idea who
To
Jake
be fair,
is.
if it's Chris now,
No, Chris Young. He works security for the wrestling shows.
Yep.
is he there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know who.
Oh, he said, does Jared still need a ride on that?
Yeah, I know now exactly who. Just to let you know, I hate that I gotta break it this way. I do appreciate, by the way. Thank you for being for offering to do that. So, I'm not gonna lie. That's the same date as Elite Pro Wrestling.
Yep, it
Now,
is.
I did that day. I was a little confused on it, but I went back and looked at my phone later. And I was like, oh shit. So, and of course, you already know how it is. If you're booked, you got to be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I will say, though, if Elite Pro Wrestling, they've done a lot for me. They've been the place that I got my opportunity, first in the Midwest.
Nice.
Give me a chance. That's where, I met a lot of people. And that wouldn't have happened without Mad Bash. Thank you, Mad Bash. But I'm loyal to UPW, so I ain't going to lie. I'm always there, if they need me,
Nice.
I'm there. But you got to do that, man. When you have someone who's a good promoter in this
Yep.
business, who treats you well, gives you respect, and, they treat you right,
Yeah.
treat them
You got to
right,
treat
man.
them right because, remember, you got to show the same respect that they're showing you because if they're treating you good, you treat them good
Yep.
because it's give and take to both of y'all. Y'all are both giving back to each other.
Because at the end of the day, what we do is not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed that we're going to get a
That's right.
We're not guaranteed that anybody's going to give us any opportunity. And we're not guaranteed that if they do, they're going to keep doing it.
Right.
So show them respect.
That's right.
That's why you shouldn't no-show people, Fucking always try to, make your commitments unless something really, crazy happens.
Yeah, the only time that you should be probably canceling bookings is if something has gone out of your way that you had no control over. That's the only time. But when you got a booking, you take that booking because that shows them, okay, this guy's reliable. I can count on this guy each time to get the job done. So I'll book him again for the next show.
See, and I'll be the first person to admit, man, I don't care if it's on here or not. I'll say it like it is. I made my mistakes. Everybody has. It's life.
Yep.
And you learn from them. I've done my dumb shit where maybe I didn't make it something. When I meant to. Usually it was because something happened. But regardless, I've been there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can make some mistakes, but fucking learn from it.
That's right.
That's why now, to be honest, I haven't tried making a bunch of crazy bookings last year or making shit happen because I got life stuff going on. I've got reasons where I could have, at least within the last few months, it's gotten better. But there's times where, hey, life is coming first, and I can't promise something to a promoter that I might not be able to fulfill. Honestly, I hope, man, there's some young green kid who's listening to this who learned something out of that, man. Because to be honest, there's a lot of shit, man. It took me a long time to finally get into my head, man, as far as wrestling. But
that's basically.
I just want to give back to this business, man. I don't think I'm ever going to be the guy out here training people or nothing.
Exactly.
But if I can give advice to people and just.
Oh, yeah.
And plus, this is what this podcast is all about. We've had Bobby Blade on here to share knowledge. We've had Jimmy Walls. We've had so many of the old school guys come in to share their knowledge because this could help young green kids that's getting inside this business, because there are a lot of kids that could be learning from everything that they're saying. And what you just said is something that could help them learn not to make mistakes, learn how to own up to those mistakes, because there are a lot of people that will not own up to the mistakes that they make. But your advice has proven that if they want this as badly as you do, then they'll listen to that advice and they'll do it to the T. They won't make any excuses. They will own up to it. They will go for it, and they will make their bookings, unless life, as you said, gets in the way.
At the end of the day, man, like I said, shit happens, but just try to be professional.
That's right.
Bobby Dunaway says, congratulations on the interview. There are a lot of good indie feds, big facts, and he says, proud of you.
I want to say Bobby Dunaway, man, that's another guy. Now, another guy I met working at the video game store, man. Like I said, I would just randomly meet people, man.
Oh, yeah.
He worked Tennessee for a while. He's worked around here. He's retired now. This dude, he was chaining with me in the fucking Walmart parking lot.
Nice.
This dude,
Hell yeah.
he is that dude, man. I got so much love for him, man.
Heck yeah. And that also helps you with your chain wrestling, too, because y'all were chain wrestling out inside that parking lot.
To be honest, he can chain like a motherfucker, man.
Nice.
Hell
He's
yeah.
really good.
That's what it's all about.
Retirement. Come on.
Bobby Dunaway has other advice. He said, don't drink and do drugs in this business either. I've been retired for years. And that's true. You don't want to drink. You don't want to do drugs in this business, because if you do that, your career will be shorter.
At least don't do it before getting in the ring. I mean, if you're going to do it after the match.
That is a big thing, though, man. Like, for real. If you are going to get messed up, just don't do it before you go out there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you are going to do it, do not bring it around people that don't do drugs, and don't be trying to ask them to do it with you.
Yeah, I hate saying this business has a dark side to it.
Yeah.
I've been lucky, though, man. That I haven't really had to deal with that much.
I don't think it's as prevalent as it used to be. I think everybody's gotten smartened up, and
I mean, I've been around some of it. And
it's always going to be there. It's never going to go away completely, but...
And I'll be the first to say, like, just because someone might do some shit, and I'm around, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, that guy's a motherfucker. They're not.
Exactly.
It may not reflect their work. It might, now, what it really comes down to, obviously, you want to be clear-minded, so you're out there taking care of your opponent.
Exactly, because they're putting their life in your hands.
Absolutely. That's number one, man. This whole business is about trust.
Yep.
That's why when I see crazy shit happen, man, like, I don't want to give it too much light, but all that bullshit that everybody was posting about, what, a month ago, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
With MMA fighter son.
Yep,
Yeah.
Roger Jackson.
Yep. Like I said, I don't want to give Raja a bunch of, anything here.
Yeah.
But, man, when I see shit like that, I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
Exactly.
Everything went wrong.
And that
day.
could-
I mean, and to Bobby Dunaway, to his point, that's why you don't drink and do drugs, especially before the show.
Because it affected him. Everything. for
Psychos,
him.
because reportedly Psycho Stu had a few beers.
No, I will say, though, I want to say, I
also-
hate saying this is also going to be like one of those, maybe I sound like a hypocrite. Been plenty of shows where, people have a beer or two. That's one thing. If you're not drunk out there, you're not buzzed,
Yeah.
fine. I'm not going to sit here and shit on you,
Yeah.
And I don't know how bad it was. I saw the clip. I definitely saw him drinking before. I saw the whole thing. I hate saying I looked into that a lot because I do that with everything, man. I don't want to just form an opinion
Right.
off of what everybody else is saying. I want to see it.
Right, get all the
But-
angles.
But I did see him drinking before. As far as my take on that, no, he should not have fucking did the whole gimmick with the
Yeah.
can. Even
Right.
if there's a camera there, like, no, don't do that.
Not without talking to him
And
before.
AJ,
right?
man of the friend, should have told Stu that he's not a worker. Instead, he only tells him that he's not a worker after the whole incident. Then, after the apology, Stu gets knocked out and then pummeled to death. Almost.
I mean, dude, yeah, that was wild, man.
It was.
Bobby says, my problems were drugs and alcohol, but it affected everything for me.
And he said they just thought about the STW days. Dustin Flyer said, "I know a couple guys who can't work a lick sober. Sadly,
I mean, sadly,
sometimes that may have to do for them because if they can't work sober, then I guess we can allow leeway for them to drink."
Bobby says it was half the locker room before the shows back in the old cheese factory.
I mean, honestly, man, I know, like I said, I know, especially around here, I hate saying, it probably was more prevalent, people
Yeah.
getting fucked up doing stuff before the shows. But I am thankful that I haven't been around, like, a lot of that. And even the stuff that I have has never really been that crazy. I mean, wrestling already is crazy.
Yeah.
But thankfully, none of the shit being around it made it that
And
wild.
I think with Kentucky still going with the going through the commissioners and the athletic commissioners and still doing the licensing, I don't think you see that much here in Kentucky.
See, the whole licensing, I'm not going to lie, that's new to me. I've been fortunate enough to be a lot of places I didn't have to do that.
That's true.
But, at the end of the day, I get why they do it. I mean, of course I've got, my stance on it to some extent, but I do understand that it does, it kind of forces everybody to keep in line to some degree.
I never really agreed with it, in the past. It's like Kentucky, I think there's only like 3 states left in the U.S. that still go through the athletic commission.
Yeah.
And, I always look down on those states. It's like, get with the times, no other state's doing it. We're all doing just fine. But this accident or this incident with Raja Jackson kind of changed my views on that,
Well, yeah, I think, honestly, that, I saw somebody post about it. I honestly just can't remember at the moment.
Yeah.
But I saw somebody post, and say, it's probably going to have, like, a ripple effect later. The commission will probably crack down a little bit more. That could happen, man.
Yeah.
Now, and I will say, thinking about it, Washington, they did have a commission, and they still
Yeah.
do. But we found ways around it. I don't think you can do that here. I don't think you can just be like, hey, this is a free show donation. That doesn't work. I'm
Right.
sure the sports commission's going to be like, hell no.
Exactly.
You could do that stuff back when I was in Washington. You know?
Right.
You can't
And
do
here,
that now.
and here they don't allow bleeding. So because
really?
Yeah,
the reason why they don't allow blood is because there's a guy who ran IWA Mid South for years here,
Yep.
and he, no matter what, he was having constant bleeding every show, no matter what. And there was something found out, I think it was that one of the workers had hepatitis C, and he was keeping it secret from everyone. And the commission finally stepped their foot down, and that's how the license came to be. And also that blood was not allowed unless you get permission from them first.
I didn't realize that IWA Mid-South basically fucked up the blood around here, but hey,
Yep.
shit happens. I mean, I'm not exactly surprised, but I mean, and I'll say I'm definitely familiar with IWA Mid-South. I've watched plenty, and honestly, there is a lot of legendary people who came through IWA.
Yep. Cash flow.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, like
Amazing Maria.
I mean, if I'm right, I'm pretty sure CM Punk. A bunch of
Yep.
people worked
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I know the history of IWA, but I did not realize that blood is banned in Kentucky because of them. That's wild.
Yeah. And Dustin Flower said, I've seen Kobe Jack slam a whole pint of milk before a show, but that's different.
Oh, and the guy didn't throw up.
I know, right?
I mean, here's the thing, though. Colby Jack, he's a cow. He's a cow. I'm not.
He needed his milk, and he got it.
I've whooped his ass a bunch, too, He whooped my ass.
He's one of the faces that
Yeah,
you
I
collected.
might have seen a video of his before.
Yeah.
I think I have.
I mean, there's not a lot of cows in wrestling.
Yeah, right.
He's a cow, and he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I had to kick his ass.
Exactly. You had to kick the cow's ass
That's just the
and
way
take
it
his
goes.
face because you're the face collector.
I mean, yeah, that's just kind of the way it goes. It comes with the territory.
That's right, because he walked in and you decided, I'm taking this cow's face. But, hey, at least he got his milk before his whole match. But it's true. Some guys do need the beer and some guys need the weed just to do anything work-related. Which I guess we can kind of give leeway. But for the other ones, they should not be drinking or weeding before they actually do things inside the ring.
Well, and I do want, I'll say now. I don't care. I'll be very public about it. I know it's the each their own, but I don't hate people who smoke weed before they go out there. I mean, if you were going to pick one or the other, I'd probably rather you do that.
Yeah.
I've been known to do it, I'm not going to pretend I haven't,
That's right.
But I'll be also the first to say, too, it's to each their own. Some people, it doesn't affect them, and they work better. For me, it's hit and miss. Sometimes, maybe I shouldn't go out there,
Bobby Dunway said, dude, I stepped into the KWF ring a while back and did some chain with a youngin', and I kind of just did really fast chain work with him, too. I didn't realize how much of a difference a 20-foot ring versus that much smaller ring.
I will say, it is a smaller ring, but it looks like a good ring.
Oh, it is.
Bump on it seem nice.
You guys had a 20-footer out there?
So, as far as Bobby, I mean, he's worked in Tennessee and around there.
Oh, okay.
I think he probably has worked in probably a bunch of big-ass rings.
I've actually taken a bump.
Dude, that ring right there, that is a fucking monster, all right? That thing is one of the tallest rings I've ever been in. Dude, all right. The ref, I'm going to say he's probably about 5'8", something.
Yeah.
You can see where it came up to on him. That's a tall ring. And it's like 20 foot, dude. It's huge.
I actually took a bump in the KWF ring. And I did it full force, too. I ran the ropes fast as I could, and then I slammed myself down. That is definitely one of the better rings to bump in. It hurts like a bitch, but it's still one of the best ones to do.
I mean, that's any ring, especially if you don't, go out there and take a bunch of bumps all the time.
That's right.
It's gonna hurt no matter what ring you're in. But I'm excited to get in that ring. I'm
Hell
really
yeah.
excited.
Bobby Dunway said, I'm glad I'm retired sometimes. I stay on top of people if I'm healing it up. And yeah, this was Tennessee we're talking about. Dude, that ring bumps comfy. He's talking about this one right here.
No, he's talking about the Tennessee gimmick.
Oh, the Tennessee one?
He hasn't been up there.
Nice.
Honestly, I'm telling you, I'm trying to get him to come out of retirement.
For one more match against the Face
Yeah,
Collector.
because we were kind of talking about it today. I want that match. Like, I'll say this, man. I've been in the ring with people, for their retirement match. Like, to be honest, this was Zane Arkham's retirement match.
Nice.
I'm fortunate enough for that. But man, if I could get people to come out of retirement to work me, that'd be an honor to me, man. Because it's a chance for me not only to get someone I respect to get back to doing something they love, but also it's like, man, all right, they're getting in here so they can they can actually teach me something and show me some shit.
And that's something that's special because you want to collect his face.
I do.
So if he was to actually come out of retirement and wrestle you, in his future he can count on you trying to take his face.
Yeah, and I'll do it. I will successfully do it.
He said, the softest I bumped in was Pride Pro Wrestling in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Eventually, that's another area I'd like to get down to because I know Tennessee also has history.
Yes, sir.
He said, years back though, Pride was a good show, but conflicting interests of owners wanting to be the show as a super heel. Yeah, you gotta hate when an owner decides to be a mad power hungry type person like that.
I mean, I hate saying, man, a promoter can ruin a show just as easy as they can fucking put on one.
Yeah.
That's true. Because there are promoters that do get big heads where they're like, I'm going to run a show. Hey, you know what? We should put the title on myself. It's going to be drawn huge and then no crowds. Because they put the interest of themselves before the actual fans.
Yeah, I've seen way too much of that, man. Way too much.
And Bobby says can't book and be a worker sometimes.
That's right, you can't. You got to learn how to book and be a promoter. And you got to learn how to put the wrestler side of yourself in the past. Because if you try to book while you're being a promoter and you're trying to put yourself above your wrestlers, then you can bet your ass that your wrestlers are not going to get treated the way that they should have been. Because now you've made the fans hate your promotion and your fans ain't going to be wanting to pay to see who you book because you have greatly ruined their momentum and also how they're perceived, which sucks because there are promoters that have done that where they put themselves before the wrestlers and they know that the wrestlers could be the champion, but they're deciding, no, I'll be the champion. I'll be the mega super over heel. None of these guys can draw a dime, but I can. And then their company doesn't draw a dime because they're not booking their wrestlers strong like they're supposed to.
Like I said, man, I've seen that a lot, sadly. I remember I was talking to Larry D one time about booking because, I think it's not really a big secret, at least to everybody who's part of, the music side of shit.
Yeah.
As far as the Zooligan community, a lot of Zooligans know we've been trying to get wrestling at Camp Zool for a while, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We'll have it happen for sure. But I remember, I will say I still have a big hand in trying to make it happen, and I'll have a big hand in what's going on, but I don't want to book because Larry said something to me once, and it was exactly, it was said in the chat. You can't book and wrestle.
That's right.
No.
You just can't. I mean, you shouldn't. And I think Larry was right when he said that to me, man.
That's right. And Bobby Dunway said, if I was booking shows, they would be kind of odd. I'd rather continue storyline than starting with, hey, we've been saying that for a long time. Storylines matter. You got to continue the storyline. Stop trying to do new ones right away. Then he said, we did an Iron Man match after he was in the match. He just lost and put himself over. Like, where's the psychology? You're right. Who the fuck puts themselves over when they lost? And they're not doing psychology at all. Then he said, I don't hate him. I just like to understand. Well, technically you can't understand because they got kind of an ego trip to their head. To them, they think, oh yeah, I lose this match, I'm going to be the one that's over. Not you, not anyone else, me. Because the heel should be the most over character inside this match. To them, that's what they're thinking. They're thinking, I'm the mega heel. I'm the star of this match. I'm definitely the most over here. You beat me, but so what? I'm the one that's over. That's their thought process.
What's crazy
basically
to me, though, man, is like I see this shit happen so much so with people, too, who have never worked. They're just, that's all they are as a promoter. But what it is everybody like who is like that, they want to be Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't be Vince, all right? Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon. You're not going to be Vince McMahon. You know, I hate saying, like, look, I know I was kind of shitting on AEW, but, you know, I'll give Tony Khan this. He hasn't fucking gotten the ring and had a match yet.
Yep. The only thing that he's done was getting pile drived.
And, I mean, hey, that's fine.
Yep.
Sacrifice yourself for a spot. That's okay. But he doesn't need to be in the ring.
Exactly. And
the
promoters
day
should be trying.
man, and it might. It could happen, but if the day that happens, that's when you know, man, like, he's fucking up. He's already fucking up. But that's when you really know, man. Because it doesn't need to happen. Like you said, not everybody's going to be Vince.
That's right. And not everyone's going to be an Eric Bischoff either. They got to understand that if you're a promoter, stay in the back. The only time that you should have a match is if you're a former wrestler and you know that you can do at least one match. Then you just do that.
Eric Bischoff this much. As far as, like, being out there on TV, being a part of the NWO, it made sense. Because, yeah, it's like, oh, shit, the boss is a bad guy, too. I understood that. I don't think Eric Bischoff should ever have had any matches. Now, he only had a handful.
Right.
But, you know, hell, I was about to say I don't think any of them should have even happened. But you know what? Those matches that he had were, like, way less than Vince did. For sure.
Exactly.
Well, didn't he have like a karate match with Ernest Miller or some shit?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He also, if I remember right, leading up to the match with Austin, pretty sure he had, like, little matches here and little squash gimmicks, you know. And then they were with people that, you know, it was just literally shit to get him over. But it, you know, it made sense for what he was doing.
Yeah.
And they weren't taken seriously like an actual match.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
they didn't take it serious until he was in there with Austin.
Yep.
Because, I mean, dude, Stone Cold.
Yep.
I don't know if maybe he took it serious as a whole match, but you knew that he was going to get his ass whooped, which is what everybody bought
And
the
the
pay-per-view for.
Funniest thing is that the night that he challenged Vince McMahon to a pay-per-view match on WCW, Vince was actually wanting to do it. But then someone was like, Vince, you're just going to give them the views and ratings.
I mean, yeah.
So that just shows you that sometimes the ego does overtake the promoter because Vince was willing to give WCW and Eric Bischoff the views and ratings that they wanted from that.
You know, I didn't really think about it till now, but, like, you know, right now you're seeing so much cross-promotion. You're seeing all this, like, that whole Forbidden Door thing. I mean, I think the whole Forbidden Door term's kind of dead now.
Yeah.
Because it's just normal, right?
Yep.
But back then, that wasn't a thing.
Back then, it was like both companies were exclusive. No one's going to or from. And the only time that happens when something mega happened.
The only, like, bad thing I think about now, and it's not even a bad thing, it's just something to honestly point out. When it comes down to, like, nowadays, no matter what, there's still going to be, even if you are doing cross-promotion shit,
Yeah.
it's going to be under one person's, you know, umbrella. Like, if you notice, the AAA, WWE stuff. Now they bought AAA, but everything's under the WWE banner. Like the whole TNA, NXT thing.
Yeah.
Still basically under the WWE banner.
Yep.
You do see stuff happening on TNA, but the most advertised stuff is the stuff happening on NXT.
That's right.
It's always going to be under somebody else, but it does work. It gets other people to watch other products. I think right now is probably one of the funnest times to be a fan.
Oh,
Damn, Skippy.
Yeah.
Bobby Dunaway said, if I remember correctly, that company went belly up in under 2 years and sold the ring, of course. He said, I would definitely be down to do that, tell a storyline. I love that. I think he means either the karate one or the storyline of the owner having one more match to give.
Man, I just watched a match last night that was a really good final match, and that was the story. Jason V. and Shank Barzini.
Nice.
This whole episode of the podcast is just me putting over Shank. I don't care if you guys came here to hear about me. You're going to hear about Shank.
That's right.
Shank's the best. All right? The best.
Damn, Skippy. Bobby Dunaway said, working as the manager of the show and building up a whole issue with a wrestler and doing a show where we face off. That's just good, right? Hey,
Yes, sir.
that's how you get your match with him.
I'm going to say right now, Bobby's going to come out of retirement. I'm going to make it happen.
Ooh.
Oh, it needs that. He says, I think I got plenty left in the tank. I'm just not like I used to be as a person. But never say never, because there could be one more match, and that one more match is right there,
Yeah.
right in front of you on camera.
I'm going to kick your ass. You're going to come out of retirement because I know you're getting the itch. I can tell you're getting the itch. You never not have it. I mean, let's be honest. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if you leave forever. You're still gonna always want, right, to some extent.
Plus, remember the
I
chain
know
wrestling.
You're thinking about it. It's gonna happen. Come out of retirement. Let me kick your ass. I mean, hell, prove me wrong. That's why I want you to come out of retirement.
Now he's saying, I'm nursing a cracked shoulder from a Healy bomb earlier this week.
You're about to be nursing more than a
missing
shoulder.
face.
He said, I'm just getting towards 40. Hey, that's no excuse, because I have seen guys that were retired, that wrestled, that was 40 years old. You can do it. You versus the face collector.
Jimmy Lamb's still working.
Exactly.
And you know
Didn't
what?
Dory Funk just work at
Yes.
like 83 years old?
Dude, I got to put over Jimmy Lamb for a minute because, man, once again, another guy I didn't know who he was, but I worked a show with him. I ain't going to lie. I saw an older guy. Of course I judged, a book by its cover. I didn't know. He got in there. He was working his ass off. I was
That's
like, holy
right.
shit. And then I found out all the history on him. Instantly, I was like, this dude's awesome, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Bobby Dunaway said, still working like a beast, though. See, he wants to wrestle you. He's just trying to make excuses not to wrestle.
It'll happen.
That's right, because he's got to remember, he was chain wrestling you inside the parking lot, so why not chain wrestle you inside the ring?
Exactly.
That's got to happen. It's got to happen because you may be pushing 40, but some of the best wrestlers are 40 years old.
Listen, you're in this
AJ
chat
Styles
right now.
is in his 40s.
Yep.
You're in this chat right now, and you're getting yourself over in the chat, okay? So you can't get yourself over and not have a match with me. All right? You can't do that. You have to have the match. It's happening.
Exactly, because that's one of the matches that you said is your dream to have. And him being here, he said Fuji was still doing moonsaults in his 70s, to be fair, which means that you could do a moonsault. Because you're pushing your 40, you could still do a moonsault. So why not have the match with the face collector? Because that seems like it's going.
Dude's in shape, too, so I know he can go.
Exactly. Maybe retired, but there's still one more match.
Heal up that shoulder and let's make this happen.
That's right. Because there's still plenty of time this year or the next to have you versus the face collector happen.
The way I look at it, man, I'm going to keep working until my body tells me I can't or until I die. So,
Exactly.
There you
you
go.
know, whatever happens first. Right?
Remember, there's a bump card. The
That's
bump
true.
card will let you know if your body can no longer take it.
That's true. And, you know, I'm lucky enough that, you know, it hasn't been punched out yet. You know, I mean, it's
That's
got
right.
a lot of punches. Don't get me wrong, but you know, that's the other thing too, though. As you get older, you know, be smarter. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know, I don't bump my ass off every single match. Don't have to, you know, but it's also because at the end of the day, it's trying to have longevity.
Bobby
Oh, yeah.
Dunaway said, I'll never get over. Laugh out loud. I'm super chill. I haven't done a moonsault since I was in my 20s, mid 20s. I must keep skateboarding till I can't, so I feel it.
See, he's talking about skateboarding. He fucking skateboards. Well, motherfucker, you can come.
Yeah, if you can
and work
skateboard in your 40s, you can wrestle in your 40s.
He is literally teasing you now at this point. Literally dangling the flute in front of your face saying, this never happened, this never happened.
You know, I'm sure we can make it happen somehow, man.
That's right.
I'm sure we can.
He just got to be ready to step aside that ring across from you. Because y'all may be friends, but once that bell rings, you're coming for that face of his.
Yeah, I'll say, it feels like, though, after going out to KWF on Saturday, it feels like I finally have kicked open that door to getting shit going here. And I'm excited as fuck, man, for everything that's going to be happening. Because, like all the people we've talked about, you know, tonight,
Yep.
there's so many people that I know that I'm going to have matches with. And I know that it's all going to be the stuff that I need to just boost myself to that next level. You know, and also, you know, we talked about Ohio. Ohio is a place that's definitely on my list of places I want to work.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio has some great history. I hear about HWA a lot. A
Yeah.
lot.
What about NWF? Northern Wrestling Federation. Roger Ruffin.
So, yeah, to be honest, man, there's so many companies I could sit here and name off. Rockstar Pro.
Yep.
Ascend Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. AIW. I mean, shit, man. I could go on and on, man. There's honestly so many places, man. That's the great thing about the Midwest. Hell, if you were, like I said, hopefully some young green kids hearing this. The best thing about the Midwest is you wouldn't have to leave the Midwest if you just wanted to make a career for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's so many promotions. It's like we were saying on the way, you know, down here. There's guys working, you know, you said like, 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Well, that's because there's enough wrestling for that.
That's right.
If you're
Bobby,
going to all the promotions, all the states, you have that opportunity.
That's right.
Bobby Dunaway said, I'm not in the shape I used to be. Laugh out loud. I'm getting a little chubby. I would have to knock off the ring rust to be anywhere near decent. Rockstar was in Dayton, Ohio.
Yep. Yeah, actually, I've known about Rockstar forever. That's how I first heard about Larry D.
Nice. Rockstar Spud.
See, man, a lot of the stuff, man, that's happened in the last few years of being in the Midwest, a lot of it's surreal for me because just being in Washington, I would look at all the indie stuff happening everywhere else, and there's a lot of places that I think my whole career I was like, oh, well, I'll never make it there. That's out of reach, but all of it's fucking possible.
That's right. The sky's the limit. Bobby said, I'm originally from Dayton, Ohio.
See, I didn't realize he was from Dayton.
Nice. We'll learn something new. Like I said, you're never too old to learn something new. Even inside the wrestling business, when you think you know everything, the questions get changed and you learn something new. He said, I would mark out on some OVW. Hell yeah. Ohio Valley Wrestling.
See, OVW, it is someplace that I hope, to get an opportunity at. Now, is it on my goals right now? I don't know if it's up there on the goal list high just yet,
Yeah.
but it's something that, of course, I got to try to make it happen. And it's an opportunity, man, if I can get in there, because you got Al Snow, you've got all the, you're being literally taught how to work TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think everybody should know how to work TV. You need to know how to work a hard cam and all that because you never know if you're going to get that opportunity.
Exactly.
And if you get that opportunity, you definitely don't want to go out there and look everywhere but the fucking hard cam.
That's right.
You don't want to go over times or do the shit that's going to get you not called back.
Exactly. You want to make sure that you learn all this shit while you're on the independence, because one day you're going to get called up to a bigger company with cameras, and they're going to have that hard cam. When they see that you know how to work that hard cam, they're going to want you back out there, because you're going to be one of those guys that's standing above the new hirees that they brought in. Bobby said there isn't really a limit for what a wrestler can do. That's true.
You know,
Sky's the limit.
I'll say one thing that I'm really thankful for between like when I started and now. When I started, it was still right around that. Like it was like the ass end of people not really caring about recording their shows or having a product out there somewhere. Which I get it because we didn't always have YouTube. We didn't always have, platforms to post, product. But that was like the ass end of that era, right? Now, a lot of places, they make sure they have their production situated.
Yeah.
There's still some spots that don't, whatever. But, to be honest, you should be recording shows. You should have it look nice and presentable.
That's right.
Because you want people to want to be there. See, one of my favorite things about Elite Pro Wrestling is the fact that they have a good production. They have the hard cam set up. They have, they have a video screen, TV above the entrance. So we have, entrance video.
That's right.
Lighting, smoke. They have all the stuff to make all of us look like superstars.
Damn Skippy. Bobby said, I've seen guys fly out of the rafters at shows I've worked. I've come off cages. It was crazy back when we were young bucks coming up.
Man, people do a lot of dumb shit for wrestling. I'm not gonna lie. If I thought my body could handle some of it, I probably would have done some really stupid shit too.
That's true, because a lot of wrestlers, when they start out, they start doing crazy flips, crazy bumps that they know the crowd will pop for it in the moment, and then they end up regretting it down the line, because now you probably broke something, you probably broke your back. Now you're like, how did my back start hurting? I'm just 32. It's because you jumped off something and you broke your back. But that's okay, because that's when you're starting out young. When you get older, you start realizing, well, I don't have to do that. I can work the crowd. I can get these people to feed off what I'm doing right now. You know what? Bobby said, I remember running up a turnbuckle and crossbodying old JP and his manager.
On the way here, now look, I don't want to disrespect him. It's just I'm trying to remember names still because I'm new to here. Your guy's champion, his name's Sean Christopher, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, if Sean hears this, I'm putting you over, all right? I don't know you, but I'm putting you over like a motherfucker because you really impressed the shit out of me. The reason why? Because he went out there, he had an old school match, which I could tell he was a vet right off the bat, but he had an old school match. He didn't do a bunch of shit that he didn't need to do. He worked the crowd. He did everything that you were supposed to do without doing anything too wild. And he got the reactions he needed.
Yep.
He did his job, and everyone was happy.
Exactly.
Like, my trainer was real old school with his mentality. I grew up loving death matches, and especially watching, like, FMW, man. I loved the whole...
Oh, I know FMW.
I loved the whole exploding ring shit, man. The wilder, the better it was to me, right?
Yeah.
So, I grew up loving all that stuff, or always been a big mark for lucha, like real lucha.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a lot of people who watch lucha like I do. A lot of people, kind of watch it here.
I've been watching it here lately.
Dude, to be real, the whole AAA thing, I was so excited about it because I've been watching AAA since I was a fucking teenager, man.
Yep.
For real, I've been watching it forever. So like I said, man, I grew up with all this exciting wrestling, right? And then I meet my trainer, and he's like, no, you don't need to do all this shit. You need to worry about, 80s and 70s style stuff. You need to slow down. You need to go out there and tell
Great
a story.
advice.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was just like, oh, this motherfucker wants me to, he wants me to be boring.
Yep,
No.
you were young at the time. You're like, fuck Dad, I don't want to be fucking boring. I want to be fucking wild.
And I always listened to him though, and I'm glad I did because listening to him, I was right. He'd be like, I'd go out there do something he told me to do, and I come to the back, he'd be like, you see that reaction? I told you.
That's right.
Less is more.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes.
Colby Jack says that all the time.
That's what we've been saying on this podcast.
I'm going to say now, this motherfucker is a cow, and he is one of the smartest cows in the world.
Damn,
He's
Skip.
wrestling better than half the humans I know, man. All right? He says it all the time, though. Less is more.
Yes.
Same thing with Bobby Dunway. He said, you ain't got to be crazy. I learned from a really old school cat that went by Rage and old Biff too before he went through one of his many gimmick changes. And you know what? That's what we've been preaching on this podcast. Less is more because you don't have to do too many damn flips. You don't have to do too many damn moves. As long as you can get the crowd to eat out the palm of your hand for every little thing you do, that's golden. You don't have to do too much because less is more. That formula, it still works today. As a lot of people that think that it's dead, it's not dead. It's still around. It's still here. You just gotta reach out and grab the horn by the bull.
Because it's
Bull
not
by the
about
horn.
the moves.
Right.
Not the moves. The moves.
That's right.
Like, the moves are cool, but it ain't about that. Hell, all right.
It's like you said, it's about the story you're telling.
Yeah.
What story do you want to tell in the ring? And nowadays, the story is, look at what cool move I can do. Oh, yeah, well, check out what cool move I can do. Well, check out this move. Check out this move. It's just a spot fest with no real story.
See, I'm glad you said that, honestly, because I know where I was going to go with it, but it gives me a chance to make another good point, right? So, okay. One of the reasons why I don't like watching a lot of current shit
Yeah.
is because spot, which you hear all the old-timers bitch about it, but I get it, because you know what? As a fan, I cannot fucking process that. I cannot process what I'm watching.
Right.
It's way too much. The whole, like the AEW Japan indie style, I don't know what you want to call it, but like that shit is a lot. You get desensitized. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What I was gonna say before, and like I said, this, like I said, I'm glad you said what you did, man, because this leads into this. So, like I said, that shit is a lot to process. But then I sit here and watch Zodi have his match on Saturday. And you know what? Sorry, Saturday, Sunday, whatever the fuck.
Right.
But they didn't do anything that crazy.
They didn't.
They picked it up a little, towards the end.
Yep.
But that's how it's supposed to be. A little bit of a slow build, work the crowd, build, and then
They had the crowd eating out of everything they did. From the time Marcus Johnson came out to Zodiac doing a mock dance where he's grabbing his leg and doing the robot type dance towards him.
that was funny as fuck.
Or whenever he did the actual to the left, and he's like, you show me then. Then Marcus Johnson was trying to sing the song while doing it. And Zodiac's like, you know what, fuck it. Tax him from behind after he does it right. That's the little things that you look for inside a worker, because Zodiac and Marcus Johnson, they saw the chance, they took it, and they had the crowd wanting to see more of what was going to happen. That's what Less is More is all about.
Absolutely.
All the young people out there that's wanting to break in this business, that's a match that they should study there. Because when it's on YouTube and you can check it out, you'll see that they have no big spots. There's only a few of them that you can see. Rest of the time, they're just working character. They're just building up to those spots. They're just building up to the ending.
See, one big thing, too, I'll take away from that. Now, look, I'll say it like it is. I'm not going to try to pretend, because you're going to see the footage. If you've seen the pictures, you already know, right? The draw was not really there, okay?
Oh,
Shit
look at
happens,
this.
right? Draw, it's hit and miss, right?
Yeah.
But they made that crowd, the people that were there, which wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a lot, but they made them sound loud as fuck. They made it seem like there was more people there.
That's right.
That, to me, shows how good of a worker someone truly is when they can make a small crowd sound like 100 people.
That's right.
Yeah.
James Shannon said, I only do a little crazy stuff if the crowd is really getting into that match.
Yeah. We're not saying it's not okay to do those things.
Yeah.
Step it up a little, but then slow it back down. Let the audience catch up to what they just saw. Let them process it. It takes the audience a couple of seconds. And if you're just doing move after move after move, like you said, the audience just doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
That's right.
And also sell shit, too. Don't fucking not sell.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people who no-sell a lot of shit. And I'll be front. There's sometimes I do no-sell stuff. But it's not because I'm trying to be a dick. Sometimes just character-wise, it makes sense.
You're a monster. You can't take every bump.
But sell your ass off because it's not only helping you. Obviously, that's helping the other guy. But it's not only helping you, put that guy over, but it's helping you look presentable to other promoters.
That's right.
If they see you selling your ass off, they're going to be, oh, I can use that kid. He's going to get my guy over.
Yeah.
And then
a lot of people tend to try and see selling as a bad thing. What they need to understand is that selling is wrestling.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing moves to each other and you're refusing to sell for that guy, one, the promoter's going to think that this guy's a fucking joke. Two, your opponent's going to think that you're trying to take liberties with them. And three, the crowd's not going to invest in that match because why the fuck should they care? Because you're not showing anything. It's different when it's a monster because a monster can no sell. That's different because a monster gimmick is a monster. But when you're a gimmick that should be selling, you should be selling for your opponent. If you're getting super kick, you sell that like you got shot. You sell these moves. You don't just stand there and go, because then the crowd's going to eat you alive.
We live in this era where a fucking DDT people pop back up from. It's like, dude, you just got dropped on your head.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong. I can find entertainment in the spotty craziness, too. I can enjoy it, but it's actually really few and far between when I do. Yeah. And the reason when I think I do enjoy it is because I went so long without watching the shit.
There you go.
When you watch Dynamite every week, that's all you see.
Miss Lynn said, "Hi, Jared."
Wait, hold on. Who said Missy?
Miss Lynn?
Hell yeah, dude. What's up, Missy?
Bobby Dunway said, if you were wrestling someone with that style I used, I was big on playing to the size difference. So instead of a regular clothesline, I went with flying. You got to tell the story right in there, or it does not make sense. And that's true, because think about this. David versus Goliath story. You got a little guy versus a bigger guy. The big guy's got to work like a big man. He shouldn't be doing things that the little guy should be doing. Little guy works like a little guy would do. Take that big man off his feet. The crowd will finally erupt because you're going to be working to it. Working and working the leg until finally he falls.
It's like when, working with me, any small guys, it should always be the same thing, right? Maybe not, you don't have to always do it the exact same, but the formula should be the same.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a monster, right? I'm there to kill you. I'm not there to have a fucking tea party with you.
Exactly.
To hurt you. Okay? It is not a wrestling match anymore. It's survival. The smaller guys should be, instead of, don't try to lock up with me.
Right.
Okay? Don't do that.
Yeah.
When you start getting your comeback, even if you're not really the guy who's doing, harder hitting shit, even if you don't really like the stiff people. With me, you might want to be a little stiffer, be a little bit more stuck. Lay your shit in. You're fighting for your life.
Exactly, because you're a monster that wants to collect their face.
What are you going to do if you're in there with if Michael Myers is trying to kill you?
You gotta fight. It's fight or flight. Bobby, you're just teasing us now. He's like, I'm kind of similar height with Jared, but I work in aggressive style. That's teasing.
Yeah, he's about the same height as me.
So
he's a lot skinnier.
So when we going to get this violent side versus aggressive side. Come on, Bobby. You know you want to.
He'll come out of retirement. Like I said, it's going to happen.
One more match, and that match should be against Jarrett.
It's going to happen. This podcast is magical at making things like this happen.
That's right, because you know the itch is there.
This podcast,
and we can see it.
This podcast brought Bobby Blade out of retirement.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Because Bob Blade, it was 2022. Bob Blade sat right there inside the same chair that you did.
He said
he was telling us that he don't think they could cut his promo like he does. You know, the one where he's like, I'm the meanest, cheatingest. Yeah, you kind of get it. He said he could not do it, and then I saw the spark inside his eyes light up. The moment they first uttered the first word of that sentence, that's when the light went back on, and Bobby Blade, the lone wolf, came out of him. And it was just a few months later when I started seeing him getting back in action in the business. So this can happen. It's all about timing.
You know, I know we talked about Bobby earlier, you know, and I put him over by how much I think he's fucking awesome.
Oh, he's a great friend of the show, man. We all put him over.
I really hope that I get an opportunity, you know, to have him in my corner as a manager or something.
Oh,
that'd be a good chance.
I don't know. Yeah, he might just be a Jordan Cage exclusive. I don't know, but him behind you in the corner would be awesome to see.
I don't know, man. You know, it's like we've been saying this whole podcast. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yes.
See, he's teasing him more. He said he knows the size difference between us ain't enough to not work it though. My power is a bit different. I weigh 210 to 215 and 5'8". We'd have to play a bit odd. That's true.
No, hold on though. You know, he ain't putting over the fact though. This dude is actually like muscle. You know, you know, I mean, he might have some chub on him, but he's muscle. You know.
That's right.
He can hold his own in there. I mean, I know that if we work, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know, like saying that tease and chaining, maybe that might not be fucking happening in the whole match. But I know damn good and well that we would have a really good back and forth match and not just be one sided, because that dude, like I said, about the same height, he's got muscle on him, he can work his ass off. I've watched the shit. You know, he might be retired, but he showed me his work.
That's right. He said that he reps 225 working out, and I can squat 50 pounds.
No, 500.
500 pounds, he means.
Man, you squat 500 pounds, man, damn.
See, he's teasing more.
See, he's saying that shit because he's like, yeah, I'll get you out, motherfucker. Like, all right, listen, I'll tell you what. You come out of retirement, you can get that one big bump on me. I got you, dude.
Exactly, because it sounds like this,
I'll
match.
say like this to you, real quick. I don't like a lot of people picking me up. At the end of the day, I'm a big motherfucker. I don't trust everybody.
That's right.
But I would trust Bobby.
Hell yeah, and it sounds like this match can happen, because it sounds like he's thinking, I could pick you up real easy.
Yeah, I think what you said, man, this podcast must do something, because he's going to end up, I'm telling you, give it a...
Oh, he said it's your easy work.
Oh, see, we're making it happen right here.
Shit for someone who ain't been in the ring in a while.
I think that this match could happen because y'all both know each other very well. And at the end of the day, when that bell rings and y'all are across from each other, the friendship may be there, but the enemies will be prevailing.
Well, Bobby, you gotta get some preliminary matches in, because I don't want any excuses of rust or out of shape or anything when you square up against Jared.
No, you know what? Let him. If he really thinks that he you know, he's that froggy and he wants to jump, I mean, let's go, dude. Just fucking
Exactly.
do it.
Exactly, because
You've rolled around in the ring up there at KWF. You've been in that ring, and you sat in here. You rolled around with some of those guys. So I mean, you're not. There's some rust there, but it's not like you ain't been in the ring lately.
exactly. And plus, you just know that if he was inside the ring, he had to have taken a flat back bump.
Oh, absolutely did.
He says, I'd have to get my cardio back up. I meant squatting him isn't hard and not working him. Well, I mean, we're not saying this match is going to happen tomorrow.
Yes,
I mean,
you'll have to build it up.
Plenty of time to get the cardio built back up.
That's right. Plenty of time to get that training in. Plenty of time to get that stand-up back up. Then y'all going to have that match. You versus the face collector, because he really wants to collect your face. He's dying for it.
Like I was saying, though, man, earlier, it's crazy to think how many opportunities of so many different people that I'm going to be in the ring with soon.
Oh. He said I did, and a flip bump, too.
Hey, I might be fat, but I can flip bump, too. All right.
That's right.
I think, honestly, though, you have, like, I'm sorry, like, there's a couple basic things that you just have to still be able to do to be able to be in the ring. If you can't do a flip bump anymore, shit happens. I do understand people get old, but, man, you should probably be able to at least do a flip bump.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you're going to be having to do that stuff when you're inside the ring.
Yeah, I mean, suplexes, fucking snapmare,
Hip toss.
Hip toss. Hell, I know that it's not a full just flip bump, but, I mean, even on an arm drag.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was about to suggest that.
I mean, it's more like a roll, but regardless,
You're still doing something, because when you're inside the ring against your opponent, you got to know how to do that stuff, because they're going to be looking to do either suplexes or hip tosses, arm drags, snap mares, blockbusters, anything you can think of that requires you to be moving on your feet. He said it's just leg strength to flip bump and knowing how to flip to begin with.
Yeah, I was telling you on the way here about Braden Walker. Mm-hmm. That's who that is there.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Hell yeah, I know Braden Walker. Hell yeah.
It was honestly an awesome opportunity getting to work with that dude.
Oh, yeah.
He was actually very helpful as well.
He said not sure if I could still do a backflip.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, because you could do a front flip, so I'm pretty sure you could do a backflip. And you can also do a flip.
So you can go up for a moonsault.
Exactly.
I'm going to move. And then I'm going to hit you with a Uranagi, and that's going to be it. But, I mean, you can do it.
That's right. And, wow. 2 hours have actually flown by.
I was sitting there wondering. I was like, man, how long have we been on here? That's how I swear, man, every podcast I ever go on, it's like that.
Oh, yeah, man. It's fun, man. We just talk wrestling.
Shit. Yeah, exactly, man. You're talking about the shit we love.
That's right. So who wants to say their goodbyes first?
Jared, thank you for stopping by, brother. Thank you for agreeing to come in tonight. It's been a pleasure seeing you. I can't wait to see you in a Kentucky ring. I can't wait to see you live, man. It's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, you versus Odie, you versus Nate. Can't wait for those matches, man.
Man, I'm hungry for those matches. It's got to happen.
Yes. I can tell. And Bobby said, laugh out loud. That landing would be wild right now. Dude, how many times have we talked about wrestling and killed 2 hours? The floor is yours.
Well, I definitely appreciate you guys having me on here. Like I said, when I showed up to KWF, I definitely came there with a goal in mind. I did not go just because I just wanted to see the show. That's the thing. If you're going to be in this business, you always got to be hunting for the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
And it's taken me a long time to get comfortable
That's right.
enough and confident as well enough of myself to do that. But I'm at that point, where I'm just hungry. I want to wrestle. I want to get my name out there. The only way I'm going to do it is by going out and making it happen. So, I didn't know what was going to happen that night. But, I think the connections I made that night, getting the opportunity to be on here as well, I think this is all a really good start to possibly a really good run down here in Kentucky.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Marquis today said, Jarrett will be in Ohio soon for sure.
Let me tell you about that motherfucker right here. All right? This guy, I'll put him over for a minute, right? That is a good brother right there.
He said, great show.
You know what?
Thank you,
I was sitting there going back and forth. I was like, man, should I Should I say his name? No, I'm going to, because, motherfucker, you're posting promo shit on your shoot profile, so it is what it is. But Sid Fabulous, hell of a guy. He is going to be in the IWA Deep South Carnage Cup real soon. Support him, man, because he fucking deserves it. He's a good brother. And honestly, that's another guy that you're going to see me around a lot more. Like I said, man, there's a lot of shit brewing up, man. But shout out to Sid Fabulous. Before I get out of here, I definitely want to put over that there is, something coming up. On the 18th, I will be in Odin, Indiana. I will be there. That's a mystery opponent. I have no clue who.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
Because you're still going to collect.
They're all the same.
I'll say, normally it doesn't matter, but there's some stakes on the line here. See, me and Blaine Black have been going back and forth this year. He decided that he was going to, come out of, it felt like a retirement.
Hey, Kirkpatrick.
He decided he was going to come out of hiding and face Jared Savage. This monster hunter of sorts, right, is what he claims to be. Well, I don't know if you thought I was prey or something, or what the fuck you thought I was, but I'm the face collector, and I've already proven, all right, that I can beat his ass. But now they've got this whole pick your poison thing, right? And last month, from my understanding, he beat the guys that I picked for him. And now I got to beat whoever he's going to put in front of me in order to figure out the stipulation for the final match when me and Blaine Black meet in that ring in November. Blaine, bring your best. I hope you bring somebody who's really going to do something, because I can promise you, it's been a month, all right, that I've been sitting at home. I didn't get to wrestle last month. You know why? Because EPW's management decides that they want to suspend me because me and Blaine got in a fight. And we fought to the back.
I thought that was the point of wrestling.
Well, damn. You don't like a little chaos? So you fucking shelf me for a month? All that does is piss me off, right? So I've been sitting at home. I've been fucking pissed. I have been angry. Because all I've wanted to do is get my hands on Blaine Black. But now you put something else in my way. Well, you can think that's an obstacle, Stephen Mitchell. You can think whatever the fuck you want. Put whoever you want in my way. But I can promise you, a week from this Saturday, I'm going to put them down. And then in November, when I get to choose the stipulation for me and Blaine Black, I'm going to end Blaine Black. Just like I ended the career of Stephen Mitchell. Ooh, I'm sorry, Zane Arkham. Get ready. October 18th. You better be there in Odin, Indiana, at the Odin Community Center, because I promise you, it will be a bloodbath.
Damn, wish I could have been in Odin, man. Damn. Wish I could be there
Those were strong words for him. Guys, I just want to thank you to everyone that's been tuning in tonight. Everyone that has been talking to Jarrett Savage. Everyone that has been inside chat. Bobby Dunway said, Jarrett, you're going to do great, bro. You also got Mark Eastday saying thank you for the praise. And Bobby Dunway said this before we close. He said, dude, I tore into him a little on a couple. He's a good dude, though. I liked him a lot. Good worker, but kept his hands wrapped. Wasn't the first time I ever got hit by a boxer wrapped hand. Nightwolf was bad like that, too. And you know what? Sometimes that's what happens in wrestling. Sometimes a tater will come your way. Sometimes you got to give your seat back. But anyways, guys, it's been fun tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. If you're not having fun,
you ain't getting none.
Damn Skippy. Yeet, yeet.
Nice Guy Andy Podcast. Big Whiskey, Jared Kripke. And if you are top shelf talent, then you'd be watching the Nice Guy Andy podcast. That's right.
Anyway,
Top shelf talent approved.
you guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast. Go ahead.
Watch the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
That ain't what your mama said.
If he keeps popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy. Our new champion is a snake. He did not win it.